It's 2 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Rhys Wicks with 2NRFM Hunter News. This year's federal budget has been warmly welcomed by the Hunter's peak business and industry bodies, with hopes it will boost local business. The 1.5% tax reduction for small businesses will have the potential to create much-needed jobs for the region, according to the Hunter Business Chamber. The federal government is also outlined a 100% tax break on the purchase of new equipment up to $20,000. President Ross Taggart says the budget will help improve the productivity of small businesses.
Yep, it'll really encourage all small business owners and the ones affected by the flood to go out there and invest in equipment and new technologies to make their business operate better.
A man in his 20s is recovering in the John Hunter Hospital following a head-on smash at Edgeworth this morning. A car and truck collided on George Booth Drive at 7:30, leaving the driver of the car trapped for about an hour. He suffered serious head and leg injuries in the crash. This year's federal budget, there will be no additional funding put towards Hunter roads this year, according to the federal budget. Funds will continue for North Connex and the M1, and the NRMA has a $3.2 billion backlog for local councils to maintain their roads to a safe standard. NRMA President Kyle Loades says the budget is good news.
There was good news for the Hunter, particularly with the significant feeder road, so the North Connects, which links Sydney through to the M1, and also the Pacific Highway got more money to aim towards completing it by 2020. That's great news for the commuters that travel to Sydney on a daily basis, and also for the holiday makers that head north at Christmas time on holidays.
A woman has been airlifted to John Hunter Hospital today after being kicked by a horse. The 19-year-old suffered serious injuries in the accident on a property at Scone this morning and was transferred from Muswellbrook Hospital to John Hunter after 10 a.m. Glenn Ramplin from Hunter's Westpac Helicopter Rescue Service says her injuries are extensive but not critical.
We've got a 19-year-old female who has received pelvic and spinal injuries as a result of being kicked by a horse on a property at Scone. The rescue helicopter met the ambulance at Muswellbrook Hospital.
The Land and Environment Court has decided any developments on the former bowling club site at King Edward Park must be kept open and available for the public. It comes after community members opposed the plan to build a function centre, which would have been used as a source of private profit on the site. New South Wales Fair Trade is said to review the findings of the court before considering future developments. Newcastle MP Tim Crackenthorpe says local resident groups will have a say in what happens to the area.
When any plan of management is created, there is a process of community consultation, and groups such as Friends of King Edward Park would certainly be contributing to that.
Police are on the hunt for a man who allegedly exposed himself to 2 children and then fled the scene at Waratah last week. The children, both 12 years old, were uninjured, and officers from the Newcastle City Local Area Command arrived a short time after. Sonia Roberts from Police Headquarters urges anyone with information to contact Crime Stoppers.
When he was last seen, he was wearing a dark blue hooded jacket, white shorts, heavy shoes, a red peak baseball cap, and carrying a blue bag. Anyone with any information on this man's identity or whereabouts should contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000.
There is a $1,000 reward for information which leads to an arrest. In finance, the All Ords is up 23.6 points at 56.96, and $1 Australian is buying 79.83 US cents.
Sport for our sponsor, NewcastleCheapestCars.com.au.
Newcastle Jets W League Player of the Year Emily Van Egmond believes the Matildas have the right mix of talent and experience to make it to the finals in next month's World Cup in Canada. The 21-year-old scored her first international goal at the 2011 World Cup in Germany when Australia beat Equatorial Guinea 3-2 and went on to the quarter-finals where they were beaten 3-1 by Sweden. She's hoping to once again be given the honour of captaining the side. Newcastle Knights coach Rick Stone has thrown his support behind embattled halfback Tyrone Roberts, naming him in the position again for Sunday's encounter with the West Tigers despite a run of poor form recently. Forward Tarek Sims says the side is working hard to turn around a 5-game losing streak.
A couple of things aren't going away, a couple of silly mistakes that we keep making keep happening, so we just keep shooting ourselves in the foot, but mate, we're going to turn this around. It's going to take hard work. There's no easy way out of this.
And in Northern New South Wales Premier League soccer, the Lambton Jaffers take on Charlestown tonight in a rescheduled Round 3 game at Eden Oval. That's sport. I'm Jacinta Lee.
2NRFM News Time is 2:05.